Tonight on Paper Highlighter, the drama is boiling over across the 90-Day Fiancé universe, and we've got every jaw-dropping twist lined up for you. First up, Jasmine Pineda. After years of backlash for leaving her boys behind, she's finally spotted back in Panama. But is this a permanent move or just a quick visit? And let's not forget, she's still stirring chaos by suggesting naming her new baby girl after Gino. Matt's patience hanging by a thread. Meanwhile, Tigerlily and Adnan, they just welcomed baby Zeyn, but suddenly vanished from happily ever after. Did TLC quietly cut their storyline, or is something bigger brewing behind the cameras? And hold on to your seats, Leida Margaretha is back in legal hot water. 2 brand new felony charges, identity theft allegations, and fans are wondering, is the Teflon Prima Donna finally running out of luck? Next, Brandon and Julia are gearing up for their baby shower, but Brandon insists on inviting his mom Betty. Julia isn't exactly thrilled. Will this family reunion end in cake and balloons or another blow-up? Over in throuple territory, Matt and Amani's relationship is crumbling in real time. Accusations of cheating, financial control, and a third partner caught in the middle. Is their unconventional love story officially doomed? And fans can't stop buzzing about Cortney Reardanz, who just hit a huge weight loss milestone. 50 pounds gone, a brand new look, and she's spilling her secrets. Across the pond, Manon and Anthony shock viewers with a sudden move to France. Is it love, scandal, or business strategy that drove them overseas? And then there's Luke. He's deep in debt, his wedding's just weeks away, and Madeline may already have one foot out the door. Add in a stripper scandal, and the countdown to disaster is on. Finally, Jenny's financial struggles. Fans are screaming, why hasn't she tapped into the booming English teaching market in India? Could the answer to her money woes be hiding in plain sight? So buckle up, because we're about to break it all down with the receipts, the rumors, and the raw reality. Let's roll the title card and dive straight into Jasmine's shocking return to Panama. Jasmine Pineda just pulled a move fans swore she'd never make. After years of backlash, she's finally back in Panama with her boys. But does this mean she's giving up her American dream? The 90-Day Fiancé star has spent 2 years torn between building a future in the U.S. with her new baby and husband Matt, and the heartache of leaving her 2 sons behind in Panama. Now, new sightings and leaked fan posts suggest she may have traded in her American life for good. For 2 long years, Jasmine Pineda lived in the U.S. chasing visas, battling critics, and promising fans that eventually her boys, JC and Wants, would join her stateside. She even welcomed a baby girl, Matilda, with Matt Brandes, fueling her dream of a blended family under one roof. But instead of happily ever after, Jasmine faced relentless criticism online. Fans accused her of abandoning her sons while showing off her new American lifestyle, and the pressure only grew louder with each Instagram post. This week, however, everything shifted. Jasmine uploaded a cryptic Instagram story from inside an airplane, a photo of a handwritten note from the flight crew thanking her and Matt for flying had fans buzzing. Where was she headed? Jasmine didn't tag the location, but within hours, a Redditor dropped the bombshell. Her husband had been on that very flight from Orlando to Panama and spotted Jasmine and baby Matilda sitting in first class. Cue the internet meltdown. The original poster claimed the crew even confirmed Jasmine as a frequent traveler on that exact route, saying she's on this flight a lot. That revelation left fans stunned, since TLC has never shown her jetting back and forth. One commenter wrote, "So the show's been hiding this whole time? We thought she hadn't seen her kids in years." Another added, "Good for her. I'm glad she didn't abandon them after all." Even her co-stars are chiming in. Nikki Hokumam, never shy with her opinions, jumped into the comments to defend her, writing that this was exactly why she's always been Team Jasmine. Fans immediately began speculating. Has Jasmine officially relocated? Or is she just visiting? And if she really has moved back, what does that mean for her U.S. green card, Matt, and their new baby? What's more, Jasmine herself hinted at this possibility months ago. During one of her emotional Instagram lives, she confessed that if she couldn't bring her boys to America, she'd relocate to Panama permanently. At the time, fans dismissed it as empty talk, but now with these flight receipts, her words feel a lot more real. And there's also the Gino factor. Remember, this is the same Jasmine who, in a shocking twist, admitted she wanted to name her daughter after her ex-strange husband, Gino Palazzolo. Matt naturally was crushed, and fans roasted Jasmine for dragging old flames into her new relationship. That drama painted a picture of a woman still torn between past and present. So maybe her return to Panama is as much about reclaiming her identity as it is about reuniting with her kids. And here's where things get even messier. Is TLC hiding her travel from viewers to keep the storyline alive? Fans are now calling out production for faking the narrative. If Jasmine's been flying home to Panama all along, the entire arc of her missing her kids may have been exaggerated for drama. One Redditor summed it up. They want us to cry for Jasmine's sacrifice, but in reality, she's been back and forth this whole time. Stick around, because if you thought Jasmine's Panama pivot was shocking, wait until you hear what's going on with Tigerlily and Adnan. The couple just had a baby, and now they've practically disappeared from the show. Is TLC cutting them out for good? Tigerlily Taylor and Adnan Abdelfetta were supposed to be one of the breakout couples of Happily Ever After Season 9. Their arc was packed with tension, culture clashes, Adnan's pressure on Tigerlily to convert, and his struggles adjusting to life in the U.S. But just when fans expected the drama to peak with the birth of their son, Zeyn, the couple seemingly disappeared. Viewers first caught wind of the vanishing act when Reddit threads popped up asking the same question. Wait, where are Tigerlily and Adnan? One fan wrote, "They haven't been on in weeks. Did I miss something, or did TLC just drop them?" Another responded bluntly, "Honestly, I didn't even notice." That's part of the mystery. TLC has kept the spotlight firmly on the usual heavy hitters, Livy and Andre, Lauren and Alexi, Yara and Jovi, while Tigerlily and Adnan faded into the background. Their absence is glaring when you remember how invested fans were in the pre-baby drama. Adnan throwing tantrums over Tigerlily refusing to convert, and her questioning whether he'd ever fully adapt to American life. But just when fans expected the drama to peak with the birth of their son, Zeyn, the couple seemingly disappeared. Adding fuel to the fire, neither Tigerlily nor Adnan has addressed their absence online. Their social media accounts, once a steady stream of baby bump updates and relationship teases, have gone quiet. No celebratory newborn posts, no behind-the-scenes glimpses, not even a "thanks for the love" caption. For reality TV veterans, that silence is deafening. Some fans speculate TLC may have cut their storyline short after the baby's birth. The reasoning? Lack of drama. As one commenter put it, once the baby came, maybe their tension fizzled. No fighting, no tears, just diapers. TLC doesn't want that. Another theory floating online is that production may be saving their footage for a later bombshell reveal at the tell-all. But the absence of their names from the official episode synopsis has viewers leaning toward the harsher explanation. Their storyline is done. Then there's the angle of viewer reception. While Tigerlily's pregnancy journey initially grabbed attention, Adnan's behavior, demanding conversion, sulking about cultural differences, rubbed many fans the wrong way. Several Reddit users admitted they wouldn't miss them. One fan wrote, "If TLC really did cut them, I'm fine with it. We already have enough controlling husbands on this franchise." Still, not everyone is ready to write them off. A smaller group of fans argue that the couple's absence could mean something dramatic is brewing off camera. Could there be a blow-up that producers are saving for maximum shock value? Or worse, did something happen with Adnan's immigration status that halted filming altogether? Adding to the speculation is the contrast with other couples. In recent weeks, TLC has doubled down on repetitive drama with Libby, Lauren, and Yara. Fans are openly complaining about recycled storylines, while Tigerlily and Adnan's potentially fresh arc is nowhere to be seen. One frustrated viewer summed it up: "We could have had a new baby, a cultural clash, and a conversion showdown, but instead we're stuck watching Libby's family fight for the 300th time."
Keep it locked because the off-screen mystery doesn't end here. Up next, we're heading straight into a full-blown scandal. Leida Margaretha just got slapped with 2 more felony charges. Will this finally be the case that sticks? If you thought Leida Margaretha's story was fading into the 90-Day Fiancé archives, think again. Court documents out of Winnebago County, Wisconsin, show that she's facing 2 felony counts of identity theft to obtain money or credit. These new charges were filed Monday, with a summons for her to appear in court on October 20. Here's the kicker: this isn't Leida's first brush with the law. In fact, her track record over the past 2 years paints a messy picture of accusations, charges, and dismissals. Fans might remember that in May 2024, she was arrested on 3 felony counts related to stealing more than $14,000 from her employer. Before that, in October 2023, she was also arrested on felony fraud, theft, and forgery charges, again tied to allegedly taking money from a different company. Both cases eventually dismissed. That's why fans have sarcastically dubbed her the Teflon Prima Donna, because nothing seems to stick. But this time feels different. With these latest identity theft allegations, the buzz is whether prosecutors will finally land a conviction. According to the filed complaint, Leida allegedly used stolen financial information to access money and credit. While details are still emerging, the charges themselves carry significant weight. Identity theft convictions in Wisconsin can mean years behind bars and hefty fines. The fandom reaction has been immediate. On Reddit, one user wrote, "Leida is like the villain that keeps returning every season, except this isn't TV, it's real life." Another chimed in, "How does she keep skating by? If it was anyone else, they'd be locked up already." Meanwhile, longtime viewers can't forget Leida's turbulent run on the show. Her explosive arguments, her infamous feud with Eric's daughter Tasha, and the unforgettable line where she threatened to kick Eric's kids out of the house cemented her as one of the franchise's most controversial figures. For those fans, these new charges only add fuel to an already villainous legacy. But it's not just fans speculating. Some legal watchers believe her past dismissals could work against her. One Twitter thread pointed out, judges may not ignore a pattern. Even if prior charges were dismissed, prosecutors will argue a history of similar behavior. As of now, Starcasm and other outlets report no record of her being arrested for the new charges, at least not yet. Instead, the summons means she'll have to appear voluntarily. If she fails to show, a warrant could be issued. What happens next? That October 20 court date will be crucial. Until then, the 90-Day Fiancé world is waiting to see if Leida can pull another escape act or if the Teflon Prima Donna finally loses her shine. And just when you think this roller coaster couldn't get any wilder, buckle up because Jasmine Pineda is making headlines for wanting to name her baby after none other than her ex, Gino. Wait until you hear how Matt reacted to that bombshell. Let's rewind to the scene. Jasmine and Matt arrive at the hospital for their big gender reveal moment. Jasmine is bubbly, greeting the staff with her trademark enthusiasm. The twist? The receptionist introduces herself as Gina, and Jasmine
instantly locks onto the similarity to Gino Polizzolo, her estranged husband. Jasmine's face lights up like it's fate. Without missing a beat, she blurts out, "If it's a girl, we have to name her Gina." Cue the record scratch. Matt's smile fades instantly. Fans watching at home could practically feel his embarrassment through the screen. Matt tries to laugh it off, but quickly shuts the idea down, saying absolutely not. He even sighs in frustration, visibly trying to keep it together as Jasmine keeps pressing the coincidence angle. It wasn't just awkward, it was brutal. Jasmine didn't stop at the name suggestion. She doubled down, introducing Matt to the receptionist with that cringe-worthy clarification. "But he's Matt, he's not my husband, but he's the daddy." That line alone had fans cringing so hard it hurt. Online, the comments came in fast and furious. One Redditor wrote, "Poor Matt. The entire world is feeling sorry for him. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride." Another added, "She's trolling him on national TV. That's not a coincidence. That's a choice." This isn't just a one-off slip either. Jasmine has a long history of being unable to completely let go of Gino. Even after moving to Florida with Matt for a fresh start, she still manages to drag Gino into her new chapter. Fans say this proves what they've suspected all along. Jasmine may love Matt, but Gino still haunts her. Meanwhile, Matt has been painted as the supportive partner. He moved states, took on fatherhood, and consistently showed up for Jasmine through her roller coaster emotions. But as fans pointed out, how much can one man take? The poor guy is trying so hard, and she throws this at him? One user wrote. Even Jasmine's body language fueled the drama. After Matt shut down the baby name idea, she gave him a playful smirk that read less like embarrassment and more like she was amused by how upset he was. That smirk became a meme on Twitter with captions like, "When you roast your man with your ex's name and he can't escape." This latest stunt has reignited a larger conversation about Jasmine's relationship style. Some viewers defend her, saying she's just playful and dramatic for TV. Others aren't buying it. One fan quipped, "It's not just drama, it's disrespect." Imagine telling your partner you want to name your baby after your ex on camera. Regardless of which side you're on, the moment was pure reality TV gold. Awkward, messy, and impossible to look away from. And if TLC wanted to stir the pot, they struck gold with Jasmine's loose tongue and Matt's horrified reaction.
Don't touch that dial, because if you thought baby naming drama was messy, wait until you hear about Brandon and Julia's baby shower. Will Julia really slam the door on Brandon's mom, Betty? Or will family tensions explode right in the middle of the party? Julia recently revealed her pregnancy to the fandom after years of ups and downs with Brandon. Fans were thrilled to finally see her flaunting her baby bump in sweet Instagram photos, complete with playful poses alongside Brandon. But the excitement quickly soured when Brandon admitted he was struggling with one very personal dilemma: whether to invite his mother, Betty, to the baby shower. Let's not forget, Julia and Betty have a rocky history that's practically legendary in the franchise. From farm chores to boundary issues, Betty has always been at the center of Julia's frustrations. Fans vividly remember Julia accusing Betty of being overbearing and Betty defending her just helping stance. Now, with a baby on the way, the stakes couldn't be higher. On Instagram, Brandon let it slip in a post that he was totally unprepared for how baby showers even work. He shared a lighthearted caption asking his followers for advice. What kind of food should they serve? What games should they play? And yes, whether he should even attend. But then came the kicker. He asked, "Can I bring my mom?" Cue the internet explosion. One fan replied, "Brandon, it's your baby shower, not Betty's. Don't do it." Another clapped back, "She's the grandma. Of course she deserves to be there." The comment section quickly turned into a full-on debate about boundaries, family ties, and the ever-complicated role of mothers-in-law. Brandon's post painted a picture of a man caught in the middle. On one side, Julia, the mom-to-be who may want peace and control on her big day. On the other, Betty, the grandmother-to-be who probably expects to be included in every milestone. The fact that Brandon turned to fans for advice showed just how tense things are behind the scenes. Adding another layer, some Reddit threads popped up with fans speculating whether this baby shower drama is just the beginning of bigger battles to come. One user wrote, "If Julia doesn't want Betty at the shower, imagine the chaos when the baby actually arrives." Another chimed in, "This is going to be Debbie versus Cult 2.0, except with baby bottles instead of cat food." Meanwhile, Julia herself has been quieter online, sharing bump photos and little baby updates, but not addressing the Betty question directly. Fans are reading into that silence. Some say it means she's trying to avoid fueling the fire. Others think she's saving the big reveal for an upcoming Happily Ever After episode.
Keep it locked, because if you thought a baby shower standoff was dramatic, just wait until we dive into Matt and Amani's unraveling throuple. Accusations, affairs, and a partner caught in the middle, you won't believe where this one's headed. It started as one of the wildest storylines in 90 Day Fiancé history. Matt and Amani bringing in Mexican native Annie Aguera to form a legal and romantic throuple. To even make it possible, the pair filed for divorce, intending to remarry later with Annie in the mix. On paper, it was edgy, unconventional reality TV gold. In practice, it has been absolute chaos. Matt recently went live on social media, posting videos of himself setting the record straight. In one clip, he looked exhausted as he admitted to talking to other women online. But then came the bombshell. He accused Amani of already dating someone else. His words? "She doesn't want me. She wants a rich man who can take care of her financially. Meanwhile, I'm the one paying the bills and taking care of the kids." Amani didn't stay quiet for long. She fired back in her stories with a string of posts highlighting her independence, her business ventures, and her time with the kids, deliberately leaving Matt out of the picture. She painted herself as the strong single mom, thriving despite the drama, while throwing shade at her ex by ignoring his claims. But the real twist came from Annie Aguera herself. Fans expected her to side with Matt, given that he chose her over Amani when tensions escalated. Instead, she publicly sided with Amani, calling Matt a liar and accusing him of twisting the story. One of her most shocking statements? She claimed Matt even tried to force himself on her during their time together. That allegation immediately set social media ablaze. Reddit threads have exploded with fan theories. Some insist Amani orchestrated the entire throuple storyline to gain fame and then pivoted to portraying herself as the empowered single mom. Others argue Matt's erratic behavior proves Amani's accusations about him being controlling and manipulative might hold weight. One user summed it up. "This is no throuple. It's a three-ring circus, and TLC is laughing all the way to the bank." Meanwhile, Matt keeps doubling down, uploading photos with the kids, and emphasizing that he's the responsible parent. He accused Amani of financially controlling him and constantly telling him their relationship was done. His narrative is clear. He's the victim of a power play between two women who don't value him. But fans aren't convinced. Many recall earlier episodes where Matt appeared dismissive, quick-tempered, and overly focused on proving he was the head of the household. That history now colors the way viewers see his current outbursts. And let's not forget, the throuple was supposed to be a brand new TLC first. Instead, it's ending in allegations of cheating, financial manipulation, and emotional warfare. The million-dollar question, is the throuple dead,
or will producers wring out one last season out of this disaster? Don't touch that dial, because if Matt and Amani's throuple wasn't messy enough, wait until you see Cortney Reardanz's stunning transformation. She's flaunting her weight loss and spilling secrets, and fans can't stop buzzing. Cortney has always been a fan favorite for her girl-next-door vibe and willingness to put it all out there on camera. But in recent years, she's kept a low profile, focusing on herself instead of public drama. That silence ended this week when she popped back up on Instagram, flaunting her new body in a little black dress that had everyone double tapping. Cortney revealed she's lost a total of 50 pounds, with 25 pounds gone since her Hunt for Love days. She credited her success to GLP weight loss shots, which she claims helped curb her cravings for food and alcohol. She even shared a candid DM exchange with the fan asking about side effects, where she explained that she and her friends all lost around 30 pounds in just a few months on the program. But Cortney didn't stop there. She dished out advice for her followers, warning that rapid weight loss can lead to hair thinning and muscle loss if you're not careful. To combat that, she emphasized the importance of protein, collagen, and vitamins. In her own words, "You have to fuel your body while you're losing the weight, or you'll regret it later." What makes Cortney's story even more relatable is her honesty. She admitted she still eats out almost every day and enjoys drinking on weekends. But thanks to the shots, her cravings have changed. Fans were floored. One commenter wrote, "She looks amazing and still lives her life. Total goals." Another added, "Finally, someone on reality TV being real about what actually works." This isn't the first time a TLC alum has leaned into wellness or transformation as a storyline, but Cortney's openness about using injections set her apart. In a world where many stars pretend it's all hard work and clean eating, she's saying the quiet part out loud. Reddit threads lit up with mixed opinions. Some fans cheered her transparency. Good for her. At least she's honest about the shots. Others weren't so kind, arguing that relying on injections isn't the same as lifestyle change. She'll gain it all back if she stops the shots, one skeptic commented. Still, the overwhelming tone was supportive. Fans praised her for taking control of her health and sharing her journey publicly. Many noted that her new confidence practically radiated through the screen, calling her transformation the glow-up we didn't know we needed. Of course, the question on everyone's mind is what's next for Cortney. Could this be the start of a comeback? Will she reappear on a spin-off or leverage her transformation into influencer deals? Some fans are already betting she'll end up as a weight loss ambassador for GLP shots. One thing's for sure, Cortney's back, and this time it's not about messy relationships. It's about herself, her health, and maybe even a brand new chapter in her public life.
Stick around, because if Cortney's glow-up had you gasping, wait until you hear why Magnon and Anthony suddenly packed their bags and moved to France. The shocking career twist behind their relocation is about to blow your mind. Magnon spent almost 9 years carving out a life in America, raising her child, working, and even becoming the main breadwinner for her family. So when she and Anthony suddenly announced they were leaving the U.S. for France, fans were floored. What could possibly drive such a drastic decision? At first, speculation swirled around their marriage. Reddit threads lit up with one eyebrow-raising theory. Magnon may have cheated with someone in her industry, forcing a fresh start abroad to repair their family. What if the only way to save their marriage was to move back to France? One user asked. But others had a different angle. According to fan sleuths, the couple runs a marketing company called Berry Brands Agency, where Magnon is CEO and Anthony acts as CFO. They market themselves as having connections to influencers, celebrities, and big brands. Some viewers now believe the relocation is less about family drama and more about a strategic career move. As one fan put it, they didn't move for love, they moved for networking. The backlash comes from how the storyline has played out on 90 Day Fiancé. On the show, their move was presented as a desperate family decision, a way to keep their relationship afloat. but viewers are accusing them of faking the emotional angle to score screen time. This is Libby and Andre 2.0, disguised drama to keep the cameras rolling while they chase money, one fan wrote. Manyan herself hasn't exactly quieted the speculation. She's spoken openly about being unhappy with the relocation, saying she feels like years of work building her U.S. life were wasted. For fans, that vulnerability makes the move even more suspicious. If she didn't want to go, why did she agree? Was Anthony pushing for the move, or was it purely business strategy masked as a personal crisis? Meanwhile, some viewers think the relocation may be short-term, just long enough for TLC to milk the storyline. Reddit threads predict a quick homecoming arc, where Manyan and Anthony return to the States after a few episodes, much like other couples have done. I'll bet you anything they're back in the US before the tell-all, one fan commented. But others argue this might be the smartest move they've ever made. Expanding their marketing agency into Europe could open new doors, and appearing on the show gives them the global exposure they need. A fan summed it up. They're not dumb. They're using TLC just as much as TLC is using them. The reality is, the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. Maybe their relationship did need a shakeup. Maybe business played a bigger role than they're letting on. Either way, the move has fans talking, and that's half the battle when you're building a brand under the TLC spotlight.
And just when you thought that storyline was dramatic, keep it locked, because Luke is spilling his darkest fears about Madeline walking away. From dead to strippers, his confession might be the most chaotic twist yet. Luke and Madeline were introduced on Love in Paradise before jumping into the other way. Their storyline already had fans side-eyeing, a 20-year-old Colombian woman and a debt-ridden American guy trying to make it work across borders. Now, with their wedding just 3 weeks away, Luke is spilling his fears, and they're uglier than anyone imagined. On camera, he confessed that he's terrified Madeline will leave him, not just because of his financial struggles, but because of a secret he's been hiding. A wild night with a stripper. Luke admitted he's drowning in debt from failed investments and bad decisions. He told producers bluntly, "My financial situation has crashed, and I'm scared I can't give Madeline the life she wants." He also said she grew up spoiled and used to luxury, which only adds to the pressure. Fans are calling him out online, saying he should have been upfront about the extent of his debt before promising her a lavish lifestyle. But then came the bombshell. Luke revealed he had hung out with the stripper during a bachelor-style party without telling Madeline. He worried that if she ever found out, she would assume the worst. And considering their trust issues, that could be the final nail in the coffin. "If she finds out, I don't think she'll forgive me," he said, his dad sitting beside him with a grim expression. Fans online wasted no time reacting. One Redditor wrote, "Debt plus strippers plus 3 weeks till the wedding equals disaster." Another quipped, "Why does every 90-day guy make the same mistakes and think hiding it will work out?" Twitter piled on too, with memes of Luke sweating under pressure and captions like, "Madeline when she finds out, airplane, broken heart." What makes this even messier is Madeline's reaction so far. She's already blocked Luke's phone number once after a fight, giving him a brutal warning, show up in Colombia or it's over. When he finally made it back, she still looked furious, openly questioning his ability to provide. Viewers said she seemed checked out emotionally, and now Luke's stripper confession is making everyone wonder if she's already halfway out the door. Some fans aren't buying it, though. They suspect producers are hyping up the stripper angle to stretch the drama, pointing out that Luke never said he cheated, just that he partied. Still, others argue that hiding it at all shows immaturity and sets the stage for disaster. As one fan summed it up perfectly, "You can't start a marriage with lies and debt. This wedding is a ticking bomb." With 3 weeks until the wedding, the million-dollar question is whether Madeline will forgive Luke or walk away before vows are even exchanged. TLC cameras are sure to capture every explosive moment, and fans can't look away.
And just when you think this mess couldn't get juicier, keep it locked, because Ginny's money struggles might have the simplest solution ever. Could teaching English in India have been the hidden answer all along? Ginny has been portrayed as the perpetual struggler, pouring drinks in stalls, hustling at small cafe jobs, and worrying aloud about how she and Sumit can survive in India. But Reddit threads and fan comments this week exploded with a collective facepalm moment. Why hasn't Ginny used her biggest advantage? She's a native-born American who speaks fluent English. In India, that's not just a skill, it's currency. Business professionals, students, and job seekers will pay top dollar to practice conversational English, often between $12 and $30 an hour. One Redditor even shared a personal story. I lived abroad and made more tutoring English than I ever did at my regular job. People literally stop you on the street to ask for lessons. For Ginny, who's constantly shown stressing about a few extra rupees, the math is shocking. One afternoon of tutoring could pay more than a week at her cafe shifts. And fans argue it wouldn't just solve her financial woes, it could also give her a sense of purpose, independence, and respect that she's been missing on the show. So why hasn't she done it? Fans have theories. Some say it comes down to confidence. Ginny has often been portrayed as timid, unsure of herself, and not exactly the type to command a classroom. She doesn't even stand up to Sumit's parents. How's she going to teach a room of students? One fan snarked. Others point to ambition, or the lack of it. Ginny has openly admitted she's happy living a simple life with Sumit, even if it means scraping by. Fans argue that production leans into this angle, portraying her as content with menial work because it creates more tension and sympathy. Watching Ginny build a stable career isn't good TV. Watching her struggle and cry about money is. There's also the legal angle. For years, Ginny's visa status in India was shaky, and she wasn't technically allowed to work. That barrier has eased now that she's married to Sumit, but the show hasn't addressed whether she's fully able to work legally. Some fans believe that excuse no longer holds water. She's married now. She should be fine. So why isn't she doing it? Another factor could be production itself. Fans speculate that TLC deliberately downplays or omits Ginny's real options to keep the storyline focused on dependency and struggle. After all, if Ginny suddenly became financially independent, the entire "she relies on Sumit" angle would evaporate. Twitter threads even joked about TLC sabotaging her success. Ginny could be teaching English and making bank, but production's like, nope, let's have her make smoothies instead. What makes this debate so juicy is the irony. While other stars hustle on Cameo, launch businesses, or lean into influencer deals, Ginny's missed opportunity is right in front of her. Teaching English could have been her redemption arc, and fans are baffled that she, or at least production, hasn't taken that leap.